a book review, and today we're starting off with Secrets of an Irresistible Wife. Secrets of an Irresistible Wife. So we're going to look at the secrets, okay, as itemized by the author Bisi And Yomi Adewale. Okay, it's a book he wrote strictly for wives. Okay, and we're going to look at the secrets that he has itemized in this book and how you can put them to action to be that wife that your husband would always keep coming back to. Okay, becoming an irresistible wife and making your marriage a place where the kind of marriage you want and you dream of. Okay, it starts with you. The Bible says a wise woman builds her home. The wise one builds her home. The foolish one with her hands tears it down. So you are going to be that one that will build, and it's from these secrets as you learn that you get to put to action and create that kind of home that you desire. Being an irresistible wife that your husband will keep coming from. In the first word, in the foreword, he describes an irresistible wife as a wife whose husband cannot ignore, as an authentic woman of influence, as a woman who is doing her duties and is not letting side chicks coming into the home. Why? Because she has her she's in total control of her home, what happens to it. And he also describes this irresistible woman as the secret of this irresistible wife that her husband cannot be snatched. It's by strange woman is good, terrific, creative sex. Okay, so it's an aspect a lot of women tend to overlook in their marriages, and it also gets to affect them in the long run. So we'll look at the first few chapters and we'll just go through the remaining and see why you should apply these secrets. This is a book I strongly recommend that you get because it is truly loaded. So it's something you can buy on Amazon. I'll still put the link for you to buy. In Nigeria, you can easily get it. So let's quickly look at what we can do and how you can become this irresistible wife that your husband would always want to come back to. Okay, so he talks about chapter 1, the purpose of marriage, the P's of marriage. Okay, he put about 9 of them. Okay, the purpose why you get into marriage: purity, pleasure, passion, preservation of marriage, peace, procreation, partnership, okay, protection and progress. And you see that as an irresistible wife, you see that you have your part to play to see that all these factors come into play in your home. Chapter 2, he talks about the 4 cardinal points of your husband's sexual fulfillment. Okay, there are 4 cardinal points: the frequency, the involvement. He advises wives that you be involved. Okay, your husband wants you involved. Okay, even in the process. Okay, let's say fulfilling your husband and wife duties, okay, your wifely duties, he would want you being involved, okay, and you don't have to be an obligatory wife, a bedroom write-off, on and off lady and all that. Rather, you should be an exciting wife, okay. So the third one talks about excitement. Okay, men are moved by what they see, so that is why you have to have your game up your game if you're not working on it. Even what you dress at home, how you dress, how he comes back. Okay, they are moved by what they see. Men are moved by what they see. So you really need to have your game up. Okay, at home, let it not just be that you are always on dark colors. Let it be that you are wearing something sexy and nice that could be enticing for your husband, that will make him also always want to come back to you. Okay, variety. There should be you should be the kind of person that brings in variety into your home. In the bedroom, okay, it is not just a one-way thing for you, that it's a routine. Okay, so when you try to make the work, put in the work to spice up especially your bedroom, you see that you're becoming more creative, and it would also add to him staying. Okay, it's one of the 4 cardinal points of your husband's sexual fulfillment. Chapter 3, he talks about how to protect your husband from other women. Okay, and he says if you do, he puts a challenge in chapter 3 and says if you're able to do 50% of the secrets that he itemizes, okay, you will see that your husband, you just create a lover boy out of him. So if you've been having issues Okay, this is a book I strongly recommend that you get, because the secrets, if you apply it, you become an irresistible wife to your husband. Okay, chapter 4, he talks about what lovemaking means to your husband. Okay, he itemized it. It means it brings him to a state of rest. Some people, they go out, the men, okay, it's just a safe place for them. That is why they're always looking out to it. Okay, it boosts his self-confidence. Okay, so even if you're enjoying it, you should also make him know that this is what you are looking out for. Discuss. Okay, let it not just be you can discuss every other issues, but when it comes to your bedroom, your sex life, you don't talk about it. It boosts his confidence. Okay, it brings out the best out of him. It provides life most exciting experience. Okay, it helps him in his career. It could also be a way of him letting out stress. Okay, it gives him absolute joy. That is why for most of them, they're always talking about it, why they need that. Okay, he helps him to be faithful to his marriage vow. So that is why you as a wife should not always deny your husband of sex. Okay, chapter 5, he lists 31 reasons, 31 things every wife should know about sex in marriage. 31 of them, that's what your husband wants from sex in marriage. He says you should know that it is very important to him. You should not use it as a punishment. That's the do's and don'ts of what um of of what you should do in marriage. Okay, you should a sexually unfulfilled man is prone to danger. That's why you see a lot of them going out, because they're not fulfilled at home. Okay, he talked about a survey. Okay, it was a conference, and they asked men why were they, most of them, why were they looking out, and they listed a whole lot that their wives were not cooperating, their wives were not fulfilling them enough. Okay, they were too tired, they were always catering to the children and neglecting their bedroom duties. So that was also part of why they were going out. Okay, he says you should not dare your husband to go out for sex, because when you put up that dare, okay, at times they tend to like fulfill it. Okay, you should not make calendar for sex in marriage. Okay, you should not you should not fail to understand your husband's urges. Okay, you should not also use as a punishment. Most wives use that as a punishment. Oh, because they did not get what they want, they now get to punish with that by denying him, or it's now a means of exchange. They want something until they do that and all that. So chapter 6, I'll just go through the other ones. Chapter 6, 10 facts you should know about your man's sex life. 7, understanding sexual pressures on your husband. That they go to work, they have pressures coming from these younger ones. There is need for you to also sit up and up your game. If you understand the sexual pressures, if you understand what they see outside, you will see that there is need for you to also work on and hold your own together, hold your own part together. Do it because you said I do. You made vows and you have to honor it before God. Okay? How to say no without hurting your husband. Yes, it could be maybe because you're sick or something and you are not able to fulfill that. There are ways that you could actually say no without having to hurt his feelings, without having to make him look as if, is it the only thing that you think of? Okay, that was also one of the reasons he stated in 31 things that you should know about sex in marriage, for what it means to your husband. Okay, chapter 10, wives' roles in the bedroom. Okay, it's something that you need to work on. Some just feel it's the man's obligation to always initiate sex. At times, you could spice it off. Okay, you could be the one, oh, let me take charge. Let's do this. Okay, it is you also upping your game. Okay, men also like it when they also get to know that their wives are also interested and involved in it as well. Okay, how to enjoy sex continually with your husband. He itemizes how you should. So if you've been having issues, it being dreaded for you, it's something you don't enjoy. Okay, he lists tips on what you should do to enjoy it. Okay, chapter 12 talks about how to encourage yourself to have more sex with your husband. 13, bouquet of love, banquet of love. Chapter 14, he talks about balancing sex, career, and motherhood. Balancing sex, career, and motherhood. A lot of people, because they are working, they come back, they are tired, but yet is still part of your wifely duties. Okay, how can you balance? Oh, you've been out all day and you're coming back, and this man still wants this. Okay, how can you balance it? Some, they could have been at home with the children, or they had chores, they've been with the children, maybe caring for a family member, and at night he wants something, or he's making demands for this. How do you handle it? How do you create a balance? Okay, he talks about chapter 15, turn on and turn off of your husband. What turns him on, what turns him off. Okay. Then 16 tips for sex in marriage. 16 things your husband wants in the bedroom. 18, how to become a skillful wife. How to become a skillful wife. Remember, this is about you becoming 1,000 times more. How do you become a skillful wife? One that he keeps looking to. And chapter 19 talks about a letter from a husband to a wife. We look at that sample letter. And 20, how to make love to your husband. 21, chapter 21, be his wife and mistress. And 22, advanced romance in marriage. This book is, I would rate it a 98 over 100. It is one I truly recommend to women if you want to really become that irresistible wife. Okay, he puts it and says that by the time you put in this work, you work on your marriage, you work on all the strategies, the moves, and he's suggesting, he's giving you practical ways on what to do. Okay, on how to apply it from a man's perspective. He's now talking to us as wives, that if you put this into play and into put this to work in your marriage, you would definitely see results. And he puts in even reviews of testimonies of people who have implemented this and the results they got. The husband had to call her back. Okay, the husband came back. He's now very playful, takes care of her, just the lover boy that he was, that she knew and got married to. So it's time for you to work on your marriage. You don't have to think that you are doing him a favor by doing that. But if you're creative, if you work on becoming that irresistible wife, okay, that is described in this book, if you become the irresistible wife that is described in this book, you see that everything will be going into play. Because if you check, at times the disagreements in most homes, most conflicts are also centered around sex. Okay, in as much as finances could also be that, but most of them stem up from that. But if you're working on it, you see that there will not be any case for your husband to look outside, or to say even the house help is coming, the temptations are coming from the house help. Why? Because he knows that you are handling him well. Okay, so I look forward to hearing your comments on this. Okay, what do you think about this book? Have you read it? What were your takeaway from it? Please leave your comments. Okay, I'll definitely respond to it. And also, he has a book, okay, on secrets of an irresistible husband. I don't know whether you would want us to also review, but that is strictly for husbands. So if you would want us to review so that you also learn what is expected of your husband, you could also give to your husband and have him read, so that you will understand how you expect your own love language, okay, to be expressed to you. Okay, so leave your comments, and I hope you get this book and use it. Okay, so you can get it from major bookshops, bookshops. Okay, Bible Wonderland, Canaan Land. That was where I got mine. Okay, and it's quite affordable. It's going for like 1,000 naira on Amazon. It's going for like $5 or less. Okay, so it's quite affordable. So I would recommend that you get it and read it. And cheers to a very wonderful marriage. Subscribe to be a part if you got value from this. Okay, God bless you.